Well, hey there, Papper people. Now, if you have a DreamStation 2, you're gonna definitely wanna listen in on this one. If you don't have a DreamStation 2, this video is gonna be unscripted, possibly a little spicy. I'm gonna be saying allegedly a lot because we have a new possible recall on a CPAP machine, specifically the DreamStation 2 by Philips Respironics. Now, I hate to be that guy that says I told you so, but see the date on this? This is the DreamStation 2. DS2 recall coming? Just saying, I have a pretty freaking stellar track record here. Back in 2021, I did a video on the DreamStation 2. Is a new recall coming? Why did I say that? Because you could tell the DreamStation 2 allegedly came out too early. They were trying to kitty litter the old machine. They're like, oh God, this one's got cancer foam. Look at this, hey, woo, don't look at this, woo, over here. Look at this new one, it's great. I'm just guessing it didn't go through the rigorous standards that Philips Respironics is known for. So probably came out a little early. Seemed like in Europe, some of the cancer foam became a different kind of cancer foam, maybe a melanoma foam. But now we have a whole new host of problems. Do you know what the DreamStation 2 looks like? Let me show you if you don't know what it is. Oh, Jesus. This is it. This is the DreamStation 2. Now, what exactly were the complaints on this thing? The FDA, thank God for the FDA, they said there's now a safety notice or a safety issue with the DreamStation 2. Today, as part of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's continued commitment to protect and promote this is crap. Let's just skip to the good stuff. We got some reports of some thermal issues, some of which cited patient injuries. Now, what that issue is when this originally was approved by, again, the rigorous testing by the FDA, they found that the DreamStation 2, this guy, was safe for marketing. So in 2020 to 2023, this year, August 1st, from when it started in 2020 to August 1st of 2023, they had 30 complaints or reports, MDRs, of, hey, I think my CPAP's on fire. Yes, we make light of serious things on this channel. Including you need to carefully monitor your machine, your DreamStation 2, for signs of overheating. This includes smells, the smell of fire, the smell of burning plastic. So it was smoking, it was smoldering, it was turning into a melted heap of plastic. I'm sure nothing could go wrong there while you're sleeping. But that was the issue. 30 complaints in like a pretty long period of time. All of a sudden, from August 1st, 2023 up until November 15th, 2023, just 2 weeks ago, they had 270 complaints. How did this come to light? The agency, FDA, noticed a sharp increase, more than 270 reports of this burning problem. Prior to August 1st of 2023, the agency, the FDA, received fewer than 30. So sharp increase in that melty burning problem. Now this DreamStation 2, let's grab the oven mitt again because it's kind of hot. This thing I just confiscated from my family member like a week or two ago. My spidey sense was going off. Tingly. The FDA recently received medical device reports associated, MDRs of course, we all know that, associated with issues such as fire, smoke, burns, and other signs of overheating while using the machine. The FDA is in ongoing discussions with the company about mitigation strategies for this safety issue and will update the public accordingly. But we should be out of the woods because the FDA says that they are all over this. This is the same FDA that said it's good to go, so no worries there. You can go ahead and market this thing. I'm sure it won't burn up. But now that it's burning up, they're totally all over it again. So this is good. Now, the FDA says that the fire, the smoke, the burns, and the signs of overheating are caused by one of two things. Either an electrical issue or a mechanical issue. Wow. Well, that really narrows it down because I thought it could have been something else. So the FDA, in their infinite wisdom, says, go ahead and keep using it. Just make sure you read them instructions. While the FDA continues to analyze and address this issue, the agency, FDA, is recommending those who use the machine to follow the manufacturer's instructions in the user manual and examine the machine for unusual smells and changes in appearances before and after each use. So if it's a melted, burning heap on your nightstand, probably don't use it the next night. That's a safety tip from old Grandpa Linky here. Now, if this were my family member or my machine, I would personally ditch it and use something else. That's what I would do. Now I do use CPAP. I would use my AirSense 10. I would use my AirSense 11. One of the two. If I had a bi-level, I would continue using that. And if I had an ASV, so long as it doesn't have stamped on the side of it, Philips Respironics, I would continue using that as well. That's just what I would allegedly do. And one of the main reasons I would personally do this is because there have been some patient injuries cited from this. If there's a chance of being injured, you know, there's a large number, 270. It doesn't exactly say how many of those have been injured by it, but there have been injuries. And so if they're caused by this problem, which to me, you're in a vulnerable state, you're sleeping, the first alarm, the first notice of this you're gonna get is maybe your ear is on fire, maybe your flammable bedding. I don't know. Seems like a bad mix to me. That's just me. And they would really like you to not confuse this problem with their machines burning with the previous machine that was full of cancer foam and causing respiratory illness in people such as my father. So thanks for that, guys. So this is a wonderful time to go ahead and bring in the sponsor of this channel, cpapsupplies.com. I'm sure they won't mind this as a time to do it. If you are looking for any kind of mask, by the way, I'm on like kind of a Fisher and Paykel mask bender. The reason being is my wife is getting more and more sensitive to sound, and Fisher and Paykel has a very good diffuser system. So I often will use, I like to use cycle between several masks. I'll use the N20 a lot, but I also like to use the Brevita. The Brevita has a very good diffuser in the front. With the diffuser off, it sounds noisy just like everything else, but if it has that little gray piece right in the front, it's very, very quiet. Now you can use things like that. You can use things like the full face mask Avora. Great mask. And only for a couple more days is discount code TurkeyLanky20 still available. You get 20% off your order. Check the link in the description box. I have one in there. Has a reminder of what the code is if you happen to forget, which everyone does. But when you're going to check out and it says, hey, you got a code for this? A discount code? You say, yeah, actually I do. And you save 20% off on these masks. It's usually a savings of about $20 to $30. So it's a very, very significant savings. And always remember, the FDA will continue to take steps to make sure that you're safe at home. So you're good. I'm sure if it catches fire in the middle of the night, allegedly, an FDA agent will jump through the window. They'll obviously repair it before they leave, douse your machine with fire retardant, and possibly even use some rubber tongs to pull the power cord from the wall in a heroic effort to save you, the American public. Now let's talk about Philips Respironics on a personal note. They're shifty as hell. That's my own personal opinion. I used their equipment for home sleep testing for a very, very long time. It was called the Alice PDX. And now my home sleep testing business was actually kind of growing quite a bit. So I needed to have more equipment, and I kept trying to order, and it kept getting pushed off and pushed off and pushed off to the point where it was falling apart. I'm not knocking them. I had this stuff for 10 years of fairly heavy use. Got a good amount of use out of it. So I'm trying to order more. They kept pushing it off, pushing it off. Oh, it'll be here next month. No, wait, next month. We meant the month. Oh, we meant next year. Oh, we meant, oh, now your order's canceled. I'm like, what the hell? So I started reaching out to other companies, and they said, allegedly, the scuttlebutt in the community was that Philips Respironics had been taken over. Boop, boop. This is not my words. Had been taken over by the FDA. The FDA is heavily scrutinizing them because of all their boo-boos and oopsies lately. I don't know how much of that is true. That's just what I was told by more than one rep in the industry. And at first I was like, you're full of crap. You're just trying to do that thing where you mar the competition. So I took it with a grain of salt, but I did look into it, and I started getting emails from the company. I'm like, this all adds up to, they were lying to me. They're full of crap, and they put out crappy products. That's just my opinion. Let's talk about one more thing that's kind of off topic. If you have, got to grab the hot pad because it's close to lights. It's going to soak in heat and burn. If you happen to have a DreamStation 2, I would swap it out anyway, even if you haven't even if it hasn't turned into a molten pile of burning plastic. If it's still working fine, I would start to transition to something else anyway. And if you do that, ResMed is a great product. All of their machines seem to work really, really well, last a long time, and are very quiet. The other thing you can do is a Fisher and Paykel sleep style. Those are also really good. You need bi-level. They don't make that. But all of these, when you're looking at Oscar or even Sleep HQ, the data that's reported in terms of leak is very, very good. It's very granular with ResMed and Fisher and Paykel. With the DreamStation 1 as well as DreamStation 2, not so much. It's actually a really crappy leak trend window. Not really helpful, very difficult to diagnose things like mouth and mask leak and how they're affecting your sleep. So just know, if you have a PAP therapy analysis with me at axgsleepdiagnostics.com and you have a DreamStation 2, I'm gonna say, you know what? You might have leaking, you have a crap machine, but I'll still do the best I can. If you have a problem with anything I said, let me know in the comments section, blow me up. That's what it's for. I promise I won't get angry or upset. I may not even read it. Now, understand the purpose of this channel is to keep you informed of things. I certainly don't have all the answers to this, but when there's a trend of a company being kind of shady and even a government agency being kind of worthless, and you see a pattern in that all the time across everything, it starts to make you wonder if you should continue patronizing certain companies. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Let me know what you think of that in the comments section. That's what the comments section's for. And fellow Papper people, I appreciate you all watching. Clean your stinky mask with some Mask Bright, available at Amazon. Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks, buddy, to Doug Toombs, Jason Georgiades, Patricia Espelong, Starvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, Mona Swearingen, Chungtu Chen, Edward Steiner, Deborah Permute, and Shannon Kerr, and another slightly less thick thanks, buddy, to all the other YouTube members, Patreon supporters,